Okay, so in today's one, basically I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use boost, when to use boost, and how to control your boost in rocket racing. Now, I see some people struggle when it comes to using their boost. They might panic and spam it, or they just don't know how to build up the boost. They don't know how boosting works, but in today's video, I will be teaching you all you need to know about boost, okay? Let's get into it. Okay, as you can see, every round you start off with these red dots, and as soon as it goes green, you want to press W or you want to hold forward, because it gives you a huge boost in every single start of the round, okay, as you saw it there. Now, basically what I'm doing here is what I like to call mini boost. As you can see, I'm not holding the drift, I'm just slightly tapping it just to gain up speed. Now, doing that will give you a huge advantage on people that's ahead of you. Basically, you just want to be, you want to be charging your boost up or your slide up slightly when you're behind someone, because the more you do that, the more you're gonna be gaining speed. Like over here, I'm gaining I'm holding my my sliding, and I'll get to that a bit in the future. But as you can see, I got now 2 charges. Now basically how charging works is, well, how you get the turbo is, the more you slide, the more your boost or your turbo charges up. Turbo does come up automatically, but it's slower. The more you slide is the more your turbo will come up. But as you can see, I have now got all 3 turbos ready to use, and I'm only on lap number 2. Now over here, I am basically holding my boost because it's a very narrow corner, and that allows me to jump to 800 kilometers. And I use my boost here because it's a straight line. Ignore the fact that I just went into a red barrier. Now check here, I'm holding my boost one way and I'm gaining all that speed, and I jump to 783. Sorry, and I'm holding my boost again, and on a straight line I just go flying. This is the final lap. Now I would recommend the best time to use a turbo is on a straight line, because on a straight line your car will slow down. But as you can see here, I am also charging my my boost up slowly. As you can see, I'm doing mini drifts is what I call them, just to charge that turbo up and just to get a bit of a boost. And as you can see over here, I nearly reached max drift percentage over there, as you saw. But yeah, key is to charge up mini boost, and when you get to corners that are wide like this, you basically want to try your best to stay not hugging the corner, not hugging the edge, but stay like somewhere in the middle, just to be gaining as much boost as possible. And as you can see, we became first place doing that strategy, just like that. Alright, now in this map, it's a bit different. There's a lot of corners, and we're gonna be explaining what I do. As you can see, I got a good start off. Now these turns are very narrow, so I like to hold my boost and go from an angle, because it's a very wide corner. As you can see, all these corners are wide, and I'm getting like a good speed. The problem is I did bump myself here, which was a mistake, but it's fine, you know. Now as you can see, straight line, I'm just sending it. Now over here, we'll get to that boost in just a second. Those are really handy, keep that in mind. Now I jump down, and as you can see, I'm just doing mini boost just to pick up speed. It's really good if you want to save a turbo, just to do mini turns, mini speed, whatever. It's good to do that just so you can charge up your turbo and keep speed going. As you can see, we are now got 3 charges already just by consistently drifting the entire match, and we are currently first place by a milestone. Now over here, we could just charge the turbo up by a lot, which not really matter. We're just gaining speed now because we've got all 3 turbos, and I'm holding it again, making sure not to make any mistakes this time. And this was a flawless run over here. Now I did try to hit this time, I kind of failed, so in lap 3 I will end up hitting it, but it's fine. As you can see, I'm using my boost on a straight line, and my car kind of flipped over, because straight line is the best time to use a turbo, guaranteed. As you can see, I'm charging up that 3rd and last turbo. Once again, I'm busy charging it up, which honestly I don't even need to charge it up anymore. This was a really good round, and I'm still first place. I use it again just to gain speed over here, because I know I'm going to get that 3rd and final turbo by the time I get to the end. As you can see, I'm flawlessly doing this, holding my drifts. It's good to control your drifts. Controlling your drifts over here, and these corners are really good. Now, when I hit this boost pad, as you can see, I jump up to 900 kilometers for like a split millisecond. That's really good. And as you can see, on straight lines, straight roads, I use my turbo because it's the best time to use a turbo. But yeah, doing mini drifts are really good for passing players because it gives you that little boost. Controlling your drift basically gives you that turbo charge up, and as you can see, first place, just like that. No competition, man. And we legit beat him. We legit beat second place by a whole 6 seconds. That's actually kind of crazy. Low key. Alright. Now, this map is kind of hectic. I nearly came first place, but I never. As you can see, we got off to a bit of a rough start. But you see, I'm doing mini drifts just to pick up speed and pass players. And over here, I'm controlling my drift just so I can get a high boost. As you can see, people are busy spinning my car around. And unfortunately, I did have to use my turbo there just because I was really panicking. I wouldn't recommend using a turbo unless you're in a situation like that where you have to. But otherwise, do not use it. As you can see, a mini drift, and then I'm using a controlled drift over here just to keep that turbo charging up. And as you can see, I'm currently 7th place right now, but we're going to be jumping up very soon. I now latch onto the wall. You cannot drift anywhere here. Usually if I had a turbo, I would have used it by now. But yeah, I'm doing drifts, mini drifts over here. A mini drift again. Now over here, I'm going to try to do a controlled drift. Couldn't really because there was a red dot there, or a barrier. Yeah, I couldn't really do any controlled drifts over here just because the barriers were in the way. Also, when you get over here, I would recommend using a turbo, but because I'm trying to save my turbos, I'm not going to use any. Over here was a controlled drift, making sure that that drift meter fills up nearly completely. Over here, I'm using more mini drifts just to pick up speed. Over here, once again, another controlled drift, just so I can get great distance. And as you can see, I use my turbo just to get a what am I? 3rd place, yeah. And usually you would use a drift here, but I usually don't just because it's not really point of using it. And I try to get a control drift here. I got a pretty decent one, and now it's just a mini drift. Now I would use a turbo here, as you see I do, because once again it's a straight line. Whenever you're on a straight pathway or in a straight road, best time to use a turbo, guaranteed. Never use it on a corner because it's pointless. On a corner you're going to be gaining speed. And as you can see, I'm really fighting my way for 1st place. I'm currently switching between 3rd and 4th, but we're gonna get there. As you can see, I now land down, heading mini drifts just to pick up a little bit of speed on the way there. And currently, I use a turbo here just to jump to 1st place, and it really worked because it was also a straight road. Now I know for a fact I've got 2 drifts right now, so now I've got it in my mind. So now I'm calculating on how I'm gonna use it. I'm going to drift over here using a controlled drift just to gain more speed and momentum. I use a drift over here, which I don't usually like to do, but at this point I'm really trying to hold 1st place. And I know the reason why I use that drift is because I already got my 2nd charge, so I'm busy calculating in my head when I'll be using the drift. And again, I use the drift over here. Problem is, I should not have used that 1st drift because I'm not going to come 1st place in this round. I will be coming 2nd place. But also, that guy did take the shortcuts, and that shortcut is extremely good. I will be making a video soon about the best shortcuts for every single map. And over here I got 2 boosts, and you will see me, I use one now, but the problem is what I never knew is that he was also using, or he also had a boost in his game. But otherwise, that's going to be it for this. This is how you use boost, when to use boost, and how to control your boost. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, guys.